Good. Hi. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out, everybody. This next song is, well, you'll hear what it's about when I start playing. This song is for the girl working at the streetlight records in the Castro. I've been in her store twice. She's always been so helpful and nice. I was looking for Mercury.
I'll give you Portland music in 5 words. Joggers, thermals, shins, Decemberists, Mike Johnson. And of those, I think Mike's the major player. 2 years ago, at a club, he dedicated a song to my girlfriend. It kind of pissed me off.
I'm trying to make music that's more emotional and that really expresses my soul and what's inside me, you know. And so I try to milk every song for its emotional worth. Well, not milk it, more like mine it for its emotional power. Maybe power is not the right word, but you know. But I think the best songs come out of those, you know, really gritty, failed romances. Well, I should have learned my lesson in high school because there was a girl who I'd written this song for, and I sang this song to her, and then she broke up with me. I haven't sung it in a long time. So it goes. It's raining here. How's the weather there? I made a phone call. I left a message.
How many failed romances have you had over the past year and a half?
What, you want me to count them? All right, 6, 7. Can we get back to talking about the songs, or I mean, maybe? All right, maybe 8. You know, I don't know. Some of them you can't count because, you know, it's just like you want to go out with me. No, you know. Well, the most recent of my, I don't know, tragedies. We hit it off really well. We met at this party. She came up to me and started talking to me and telling me how she like loved our band. And then she invited me out. She asked me for my phone number. She gave me her card. She wrote, you know, practically wrote "call me" on the back of the card. You know.
Oh, well, I guess we met at a party.
And she was really adamant about going out with me. I was, you know, completely taken by surprise.
I don't think I was like, I really want to go out with him.
She talked to me and touched my knee, or, you know, she was beautiful. She had beautiful eyes, you know, and she was always looking right at me.
All I remember is being like pretty drunk, and he was just talking and talking and talking, and like he went on about Legos for like a really long time.
We never really went out, just the two of us, you know. Most of the time we just went out with friends of hers or something.
He seemed kind of cute, but I was just like, okay.
But then we had plans to go out one night, and she called me up, and I could sense, you know, that something was coming. She said, "All right, I'm just going to be honest with you." And then proceeded to tell me that, you know, she just wasn't attracted to me. So I hung up the phone, and then I thought about it for a bit, and I was thinking, you know, I could really be friends with her. And I mean, what kind of friend wouldn't like try to salvage a possible, you know, relationship? So anyway, I called her up, but she didn't answer her phone. And I know she has a cell phone. It says my name on the screen, you know. I know she, you know, knew it was me. So then I sent her a big long email because I had to get it all out, you know. And she wrote back a couple days later.
I asked him to stop emailing me, and he sent back an email to say okay.
Then I called her again just to make sure that she got my email, confirming that I wasn't supposed to email her anymore, you know. And then, you know, and then that was it. So this is, you know, I think as I started to get more, my relationships started to get more complex. I started to get more complex harmonically, you know, and I'd come up with stuff like this. You know, you can picture like a symphony behind me and stuff, you know, over this way, you know, just to give you the full picture. So Angela, she was real nice, Angela. And we actually dated for, you know, a couple of weeks, and it was nice and everything. I don't know what happened, it just ended, but I thought we left on good terms. And then months and months later, I was seeing this other girl. We were talking about exploring our sexuality a little bit. Naturally, I thought back to Angela because it was kind of an...
He asked me for a fucking threesome.
And she got pissed off. She got really angry. I wasn't being sleazy or weird. I was just, you know. So I didn't hear from her at all after my email. So I thought, well, I took that as a no.
The thing I learned from Mike Johnson is that I never want to date a man like Mike Johnson again. Right, sweetie?
Are you guys done here or what?
He used to race cars.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
I think I've apologized to her like 3 times in person now. Maybe twice. Twice in person now, and once a kind of a... But still, you know, I can't... If she's watching this, I apologize. Angela, I apologize. I didn't mean you any harm. I meant it as a compliment, and, you know, please, you know, I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Fuck you, dude.
And then there was this one girl who I met on Friendster. I saw her picture. She was lovely. She was into a lot of the, you know, same things I was into. So I, you know, sent her a little message, you know, just introduce myself and all that. And in the end, she invited me to coffee. You know, she came back with a real flirty email. We talked about music, we talked about punk bands, you know, and she has a little kid. So so I started telling her about I get a Lego set for Christmas every year. You know, I'm 32. I still get a Lego set. You know, so I was telling her about Legos. You know, and tell me if this isn't weird. But the whole time I was talking to her, she was like. So I never. After that date, she hurriedly left. It was like 7:45, so she split, and you know, and then I, of course, never heard from her again. What?
How many sets of Legos do you own?
Oh, well, you know, at my folks' house in California, I have a box like this big by this big, maybe a little bit shorter than me. But in my personal possession now, I have a few sets. I have the Star Wars ones mostly. I had a little Darth Vader on my keychain, but I don't think I have it. I think it broke. But I have a little Luke and a little Ben. I have an X-Wing fighter, which is fucking rad. And I have the TIE fighter, which I haven't opened. I mean, they're just pretty much in my trunk now. And, you know, I pull them out occasionally. I certainly wouldn't bust them out on a date, you know. I might talk about them, you know, but I wouldn't, like, you know, start, you know, playing with them with a girl, you know. Unless you wanted to. At least on the first date, yeah. I suppose it'd be a good test, wouldn't it? You know, like she's, like her saying, by the way, I have a 12-year-old, and me saying, well, that's okay, because I got some Legos, you know. You're like, oh yeah, well, you know, what do you think of that, Ben Kenobi? You know, 12-year-old, run, you know. But anyway, run, Luke, 12-year-old, you know. I don't know. It's rare that you find in your life somebody that really inspires you. You know, they're an artist themselves, and you're an artist, and the art between you kind of sparks some kind of artfulness, you know. So I went to a show, and the girl who was singing in the band was a friend of a friend, and I think maybe I just noticed that night, you know, her or something. But when she was up there on the stage, you know, she just looked like, I don't know, she was just beautiful, and this song just kind of came into my head, and I ran home. By the time I got home, it was completely realized, and that never happens to me, so it was something, you know. So this is how it goes. I tried to date the singer in a band. I turned to jelly when the light caught her hand. Her clothes were homemade, an avalanche, snowdrifts of lace across her belly of sand.
How do you know it's love? She sang to the air. How do you know it's love? To all the people standing there behind the mic stand, white like a dove, we just knew it was.
And it was funny because after months and months and months and months, she finally showed up at a show of ours. I was so moved by the show. It was such a good show, and I was moved and feeling kind of bold, you know, and I was talking to her after, and she looked beautiful that night. She was wearing all kind of lime green velvet tracksuit. She looked gorgeous. And I said, you know, I wasn't at the piano, but I described it to her. I said, you know that song, I wrote that for you. And she looked at me and went, oh, Mike, that's so sweet. And she gave me a little, you know, sock on the shoulder. Just a little like, that's so nice, you know. I don't know. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of girls, and I think I just need a new inspiration or something. I don't know what though. Maybe I could do something about Legos. You know, it could go something like, you know, because they're Legos, so you know you build them. So I could start with, you know. Maybe it could be something kind of discordant to reflect the different shapes coming together, you know,
Did they ever try to build you out of Legos?
My head. That's about as far as he got.